What's going on, family? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. It's your boy David Yeti. I'm back with another video. So, obviously, like I told you in previous videos, we're about to get to the money. It's 2025, and it's time for us to position ourselves. And first, it starts with how we think, right? So, I'm bringing you a video today, and I just seen the headline to where Costco workers are preparing for a strike, right? And essentially, I sort of read up on the article a little bit, but it talks about wanting higher pay, better benefits based on the company's profits. Now, one of the things that I had to do first in order for me to begin to level up is I had to start thinking like a business and stop thinking like an employee. I'm going to say it again. I had to start thinking like a business and not thinking like an employee. What does that mean? Well, thinking like a business means what problems can I solve? And based off of that, that will be in conjunction with the type of pay that I have for that. So, okay, let me take a step back. What I mean is your pay is going to be based off of the solutions you solve. The bigger the problem you solve, the more money you make. Okay, the more value you bring to whether or not it's an employer, customers, the marketplace is going to determine how much you earn. So, for example, if I agree to work at Costco for, let's call it $15 an hour, right? And I go in and I do a fantastic job, okay? And Costco, my department makes more money than what they anticipated. That doesn't mean that I can then go back to the drawing board and try to negotiate a high salary when I came in and I signed an agreement to make $15 an hour. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like when you agree as an employee at a certain pay, typically you're going to stay at that pay unless you have some type of promotion or if you move from that company and go to another company, because you always tend to make more when you leave one company going to a new one rather than staying at your company and getting a promotion. So I'm gonna say that again. You always make more money when you leave a company versus getting a promotion in your existing company. So for example, if I'm at $15 an hour and I get a promotion to department manager for $20 an hour, maybe I can get a department manager offer from another company at $22 an hour. They'll pay me more than me working at Costco's. So let's take a look at what they're planning to do. And I'll pause and we'll talk about the mindset because I can already tell you off the top of my head, you striking and going against saying, you're not going to show up at work or man, look, you have a higher chance of getting fired and let go, especially if you work at an at-will state versus forcing them to give you some type of raise. I'm pretty sure they have a union or something like that. We're working with, some of these big companies like Kroger and the like. A lot of them have unions and unions represent them for them to get like higher pay and stuff. All right, so let's take a look at this video and let's see what we can mine out and what we can learn from this.
While a potential strike is looming at Costco, unionized workers have voted to authorize a strike if a contract isn't reached by next Friday. The union wants higher pay and benefits, citing the company's record profits. Costco has said it's focused on a fair and timely process for a deal.
Okay, so let me go back real quick. Matter of fact, because that was pretty quick. Let me go down a little bit. And I wanna read a little bit of the story. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go here and I want to put up an article real quick. 18,000 workers, that's crazy. All right. Okay, exactly like I said. So they're represented by a union. Let me zoom this in a little bit so you can see it. So they're represented by a union. It's called Teamsters sound familiar. Teamsters union sound like the people that was over the port strike as well. I think that name sounds familiar. A union representing thousands of Costco employees voted to authorize a strike, paving the way for a work stoppage if the labor group and retailer do not reach an agreement. Costco teamers, the union with 18,000 employees for retailer nationwide, said 85% of members voted to approve the action. 85%. The current contract between Teamsters and the wholesaler is set to expire January 31st. Costco's greedy executives have less than 2 weeks to do the right thing, said the general president of Teamsters. Okay, time out. Listen, man. Listen, okay? Executives are not greedy inherently. Okay, let's get that out. Let's get that on front street, okay? Executives are paid based on the performance of the company. So, if under the executive leadership, the company profits skyrocket or they have a very profitable year, most executives are paid in performance. So, it's performance based. They have a base salary, of course, but most of their compensation package is based off of how the company performs. So, meaning if I help Costco as an executive perform at a high level and it brings record profits, that means I am compensated based off of that because everybody in the chain of command eats. It's not just the executives. Some companies give quarterly or yearly, maybe an annual bonus based off of performance. Maybe you have stock options and different ways that you can participate in the growth and the performance of the company. So for him, meaning Sean O'Brien, right, the general president of Teamsters, for him to give this quote right here, Costco's greedy executives, let me tell you something about unions. I used to be a part of a couple of unions. I work for shipyards. I understand how they work. Unions charge union fees and they typically take them out of your check. If you didn't know that or not. If you're not familiar with how unions operate, unions represent you as a worker towards the company. They go in and they negotiate, equal pay across the board for different job titles and different positions. They also represent you in the case of, say, if you have a discrimination case or a wrongful termination or something like that. They're supposed to represent the best interests of you as a union member, but they're not doing this out of the kindness of their heart. Union representatives and unions in general charge union fees, and it's not always equal. The type of services you get in return are not always equal to the amount of money that you put into it. When I was a part of the union, a couple of unions, right? I never used them for anything, yet I was still being charged every paycheck. Now it could be $50, $20, all the way up to 200 and some dollars that I was paying. Okay, so no one is on a moral high horse here. The bottom line is, and the takeaway from this is, if you don't like how much you're getting paid at any position, level up, use your time where you're not at work to learn a new skill, maybe get a certification, maybe go back to school, maybe start a business, a side hustle, something that you can pour into yourself because the best investment you can make is within yourself. Once you make that investment, you can then leave that little $15 an hour because let me tell you something. If they are making 15 and they negotiate a new contract, it's only going to go up about to like 17. It's not like you're going to have life-changing type of raises. Trust me. I've been there. It's not going to be life-changing. The only thing that can change your life is you making the decision to do so. If you're watching this channel, I don't want you out there striking and begging your employer to give you a damn raise when you can go give yourself a raise. Go level up. Use some of that time where you're sitting around not really doing nothing anyway. Invest in yourself. Learn a new skill. Go back to school. Get a certification. Get a second job. Get a side hustle. I don't know. Drive Uber. Go work at Walmart. Hell, go drive DoorDash like I did. Do something instead of sitting around complaining. All right. You got your marching orders. I'll see you in the next video. Y'all have a great night, man. Peace.